So Erin, just to introduce you a little bit, you are a junior, a rising senior. You're a communication arts and sciences major, and also a women's gender and sexuality studies major. And I'm really glad to be talking to you today about your ethical leadership and some of your activism on campus.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So I want to take you back first to being in high school. Did you ever imagine or see yourself in the position of winning a major award for ethical leadership in college?
No, not in high school. My leadership in high school, I guess I was the drum major of my marching band. It's like always my fun fact when I introduce myself. But in terms of like ethical leadership, I mean, I started kind of developing like these feminist ideas. I used to write like feminist op-eds in my high school newspaper. And then my senior year was the year of the 2016 election. And that's when I really became more interested, I think, in gender issues. And I attended the Women's March. And so I started developing more of I'd say activist mindset, but definitely had no vision that this would end up happening in college.
Penn State has a lot of different activities, a lot of different student groups, but I want to ask why you're particularly interested in sexual violence.
I became involved in sexual violence activism at Penn State because at the beginning of my sophomore year, I was sexually assaulted. Did not expect that to happen. It was a really traumatic experience. And after I had time to process everything that had happened, I realized that there were a lot of other college students who had experienced the same thing I had experienced. I kind of became connected in this like underground network, I would say, or this very quiet, you hear other stories of things happening to other people. And I realized that in my community, the Schreier Honors College, this was not a one-off issue. This was happening to other students. And the way students and administrators were responding was not okay. I think we have this assumption that sexual violence happens in Greek life and in fraternities, but it happens in athletics, it happens in the honors community, and it happens across a wide range of student groups.
Why do you think this issue is so invisible to a lot of people?
I mean, if you look at the statistics from the 2015 climate survey, 27% of Penn State women have experienced a sexual assault, but of that number, less than 10% are actually reported. And reporting isn't always, the right choice for everyone, but I think those numbers show that students are afraid of speaking out and talking about this issue because there's intimidation and fear that you will be socially ostracized and isolated from institutions of power on Penn State's campus.
How did you use your power to make this issue visible to the community?
I think specifically what I did is I connected with Priya and I connected with other students who had an interest in addressing sexual violence on college campuses. And then I started meeting with administrators. I met with people in student affairs, the Gender Equity Center. I met with administrators in the Honors College. And I encouraged them to take action and create a plan of how can we better educate students about consent, about sexual violence on campus, about how to support survivors of sexual violence. I helped organize a town hall. We're currently working on programming for incoming freshmen.
We're talking about the Stand-Up Awards and this big university-wide award for ethical leadership among undergraduates. And I think you've nicely illustrated that working and being an ethical leader on campus can be a lot of hard work and a lot of hard work that doesn't always get recognized. So I'd like to ask you about why you think you got nominated for the Stand-Up Award.
I think mentors of mine saw that I had taken a really kind of horrible and traumatic experience, and I had taken what I had learned and what I recognized and thought about how I can use my story and my grit to make a better change in the community, and that I was resilient and I was willing to persevere and I wasn't going to give up. And I was able to connect with students.
So I'll first ask, what was it like to know that not only had you been nominated, but among the very large group of nominees that we received for this year's award, you were a finalist? How did it feel to be a finalist for this award?
I was really surprised and scared and happy. I was a little nervous, but I just remember feeling like validated that what I was doing was really important, and that an amazing group of Penn State professors and leaders had recognized that, and it was really exciting.
Well, that sounds amazing. I just want to offer my congratulations on behalf of the entire Rock Ethics staff and faculty. Congratulations for winning this award. It is so well deserved, and we're all very excited to see where your activism and your leadership takes you in the years ahead.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Erin. I really appreciate it.